Good evening, my friends. It is time for episode 11 of Jmac Plays Hadean Lands. Let's get right to it, shall we? As I just noted on Twitter, at jmac.org, this is the week, some nearly 3 months after starting this streaming experiment, where I shall reach and indeed, with luck, surpass. With luck and strategy and the good intentions and energies from you all, my audience, we shall surpass my high watermark from my last attempt at this game in its beta form in 2014. Because the last thing I remember doing there was finding the wreck of the mysterious, perhaps alien craft, which I will now revisit by reading the last things that happened. So again, to bring your attention to the map, I will note that the pulsing star locating our position on the marcher is not on the marcher. It is in Here Be Dragons mode. We have gone off the map. Because we are doing a walk through the Hadean Plains. That's the last thing we did. We gulped down a anti-vacuum, but a potion to protect us from the lack of elements, if you will, and are now wandering around outside the Marcher's literal front door, and have come upon, well, allow me to reread it. Let's see, where were we? Doug says, seems like the screen has shrunk a bit. Oh, you know what? Hang on. That is a good observation, Doug. So, another of my streaming lessons is that... Oh, look, I fix everything. Yeah, OBS forgets my monitor every time I start a new one, and I have to say, no, it's this monitor. And then it's like, oh, how about I make it very tiny and up in the corner? And I have to say, how about you don't? How about you be slightly larger and anchor to the bottom? It'll forget again next time. Thanks, Doug, for the shout-out, for making this more visible. Now I shall read. I forgot. Okay, apparently the back buffer does not go all the way back to us exiting the craft, and that is fine. The important thing is we're walking the plain. You stand at the edge of a Hadean land now. Gray, lifeless dust crunches soundlessly beneath your feet. The sky is black. The coffee here. Excuse me. I'm going to take a sip of that and try again. The sky is black. The stars are glorious. And you have no more protection than the potion you drank. Behind you are the comforting walls of the retort. The airlock is a heavy circular door in the south wall. It is open. To the west, you can see the broad window of the portico, but to the north and east, the Hadean Plains stretches away towards jagged foothills. Skipping through, playing around with our oculi. You hike up towards the pass. Your feet kick up dust, which falls behind you, never trailing in the non-existent air. Hadean Land in Canyon. You're working your way through a narrow canyon. Angular gray mountains loom above you, and stars shine down on it all. The canyon zigzags down to the southwest. To the southeast, it slopes more gradually, opening onto another dusty plain. A twisted metal shape is visible across the plain, but you cannot tell what it is. And examine the shape. You can only make out a twisted heap of metal. It might be some sort of marcher, but it doesn't look like a building, more like a sea-going ship, somehow dropped out of the black sky. I actually don't remember that detail, so I'm glad I'm doing this last time on Hadean Lands recap. Walking southeast, and the cave it mentions is very clearly void, so we're not going to dive into there just yet. You continue down out of the crags. The shape grows as you approach, becoming a twisted metal hill by the time you reach its foot. Hadean Land at wreck. You stand at the foot of a wall of metal. It's not a simple construction. It leans inward here, outward there, tracing an irregular shape that looms over the dusty plain. Perhaps it's broken, for debris we want to give that a look, is scattered around. Mountains rise all around, forming a jagged gray bowl which cups the metal wreck. You can see the canyon pass to the northwest. A hexagonal outline on the wall. You know you're in science land when there's hexagons. To the east might be a door. If so, it is closed. A small black knot, tangle of strokes, is drawn on the hexagon. Next to the hexagon, a small circular arc is incised into the metal. A small puddle of mercury gleams in the dust. And that is all we did meaningfully. After this, I played around with my Oculus some more, and then I tried to remember if we found the jade bead or not, and we have not. So details. I thought we there was just a bottle of mercury sitting here, and like, yay, I can go use that to make the dragon fulcrum inscription, which wants a bound of quicksilver, which is mercury. But this is just a puddle of mercury lying around, and I don't know if we can just gather that up in our hands. We'll figure it out. But first things first, let's look up. Let's first focus our correct window, and now let's look at things. Examine debris. A few shards of ceramic lie around the wreck as if they had fallen from it. None of their shapes look meaningful. It's garbage. Look at those mountains again. The mountains loom to the north and the west, jagged gray shapes against a sky of stars. The opening of the canyon, where we came from, is visible to the northwest. Yes, that's where we came from. So this is not a complicated map to wander around. It was just a twisting path that leads us here. What else do we got here? Let's look at the science hexagon. It's just a hexagonal, excuse me. Words. It's just a hexagonal outline on the metal wall. You're not even sure it is a door. Well, nobody said it was a door, buddy. I called it a hexagon. Excuse me. A small knot of black marks is drawn in the center of the outline. Examine the marks. The knot of script is no more comprehensible than the markings you've seen on the retort. Except there's something about it. Again, that itch of familiarity. You stare harder. It's comprehension. That meant something. You don't know what, except that you're lying flat in the dust and you can't remember falling. The hexagon is blank now, and the script is somewhere in the back of your head. You can remember the glyph now. You roll over and push to your feet, hoping that you've gained something besides permanent brain damage. Well, we can remember that, and I don't remember any of this, so I'm excited. But I actually don't remember most of this game, so it's all of a piece. Cool. Does that mean we can read Alien now? Does that mean... See, part of me wants to run right back into the Marcher and read the graffiti if it's still there. Can we speak Alien? Can we speak LGM? Is remember a verb? Well, yes. And it's the usual stuff. Do you want to remember formulas, rituals, facts, places, objects, or doors? I don't know. Glyph. No. The glyph, the glyph is a multi-dimensional structure. A surface which is curved back on itself, but with no edges. The glyph burns in your memory like something startling you. The glyph burns in your memory like something startling you have always known. That is interesting because it calls to mind the recipe for the dragon fulcrum, which ends with, but the words dragon's name have been scratched out. Below them is a smudged knot or tangle of lines, as if someone had tried to copy a multidimensional structure onto the paper without much success. So when I was reviewing this right before the session, I thought, that's a reference to the homunculus. And let's make another homunculus by doing the broken version of the Great Marriage in the Nave, bring it back to life. But I think it's referring to this thing we just found and upload it into our head meat. Gross. Okay. Interesting. Unexpected. I also took a note that I have no idea what happens if you try to do the Lesser Great Marriage again. So that's in my notes as a thing to try if we find ourselves flailing with nothing to do. Of course, our next ultimate goal is to do the Great Marriage correctly in the chancel and not the nave, but that takes more work. We are not there yet. Nice. Can we just examine the glyph? It's gone. That's just the same thing. Okay, so the glyph is permanently in our... It's okay. It's not represented in your inventory. It's just a thing. I really want to know if it's in here somewhere. But whatever. We know how to recall it. Okay. Look around. I forgot what we're doing. There is now the door, which had a marking on it and is now unmarked. You have no idea how to make the door open. Well, there's that arc. A circular arc is engraved in the wall next to the door. It's barely 2 inches across. Circular arc, huh? I don't know what to do with that. That it implies a keyhole of some kind. If we find half a cylinder and jam it on in there. We can play around with it a little bit. The circle does not react to your touch. Now, by arc, does it mean a half circle? And now it's calling it a circle. So I'm actually not quite sure what to visualize here. And Zarf isn't here to give me any hints. So anyway, it's just a little thing. A little doohickey. Love to play with the Oculus. Love to play with Oculus. Nope, nothing doing there. And I didn't make a lens. I just made an Oculus. Lens is boring. I don't know. Doesn't work. Trying to think of other. A thing that we've only used once the whole game is the eraser. So we have a thing that can magically erase magical writing. That was redundant. We have a thing that can. Aren't all the alchemical work circles called arcs? Asks Bill. That is a good question. I think usually the word for them is bound. But that's a really good question. Huh. Can I put anything in the arc? Because it sounds like it's vertical, so I can't just like put things on it. But maybe it can react to alchemy. That's an interesting thought, and that would certainly be in character for the game. Let's just I don't know, put a random object in it. The circle is engraved on a vertical wall. It can't support anything. What can we speak the glyph? Is it pronounceable? You have no idea how it's pronounced, but you visualize the alien glyph as clearly as possible. Well, you just dropped the A word there, game. Okay. Nothing seems to result, however, because we're... okay, now's not the time to do it. But it's implying there is a time. Can we speak? I don't know. Let's just screw around with our simple tricks here. You can't speak. There's no air, dummy. Okay. I'm not sure alchemical rituals as we know them are going to work out here. So I like thinking that the arc is alchemically reactive somehow. But if so, I don't think our usual tricks are going to work. But something to keep in mind, certainly. Yeah, the lack of air, that's a stumbling block for sure. All verbal components, all D&D Player's Guide V spells will not work here. There's that mercury, gang, and it's a puddle. The mercury is a quicksilver droplet lying untarnished in the dust. It must have spilled from some part of the wreck. though you have no idea where. Can we just pick it up? You glance around for a container and... Oh, that's nice. I kind of remember this happening. You glance around for a container and settle on a broken, saucer-shaped bit of ceramic. You gently scoop up the mercury droplet. Hey, that's good. Now I think we can do the dragon thing, which might be as far as we can get here. I thought we'd be able to get inside of this thing, but I could be misremembering how far into the alien spacecraft we got. I'm just going to call it an alien spacecraft until proven otherwise. Yeah, and we don't have any, like, there's no knock spell just to keep on a D&D thing. There's no, like, Jim Bob's universal door opener. Jim Bob's wondrous hexagon elimination device. I guess... Now, here's the thing. There is a clue that, is the whole ship made of ceramic? Can we get some? You cannot think of a use for any of the debris. Well, actually, I can, because I want to make an anti-debris potion. But the game is like, no. No, you can't. Nah, forget about it. So, all right, we're not going to do that. That trick is not going to work here. Very good. Let's have another look around. Having the Quicksilver is good. Oh, I wonder if we can just work the Quicksilver into the... I don't know why, but I'm obsessed. Okay. You tilt the mercury droplet against the circle. It sticks to the metal and slowly spreads out until it reaches the edge. There is now a perfect circle of Quicksilver, mirror flat, clinging to the wall. Yay! I don't know what that gives us. Here's where we needed the Quicksilver. I will go to the ritual. Dragon Fulcrum. Observe, this ritual requires a bound of metallic Quicksilver or a Quicksilver amalgam. Place a stone token within. Well, I guess if there was something magnetized that we could clunk onto it, if this is a magnetic reactive thing. But what I was going to try doing with the Quicksilver was taking it to that bound in the mechanical lab, and just putting it in there. And now I might have used it up. Can I just take it back again? You can't scrape the mercury off the wall. It just runs around your fingers and stays where it is. Okay, well, we might need to restart and grab it. Is there a magnet in the game? That'd be fun. Huh. A talisman to attract metals, which, that causes things to fly to us in a magnet-like way, but that isn't actually a magnet that I just want to clunk into the center of the arc. Right? Chime tuned to this desired metal. Yeah, this isn't quite what we want, and this is the only... Does the word magnet actually appear anywhere in this? I guess if we just, this is a magnety ritual, but it's not actually a magnet. And I don't know if magnetizing a metal is something that we're going to do in this game. I'm sure if I was MacGyver, I could pick up a random chunk of iron and magnetize it by hitting it in a certain way, but I don't think this isn't the sort of game that expects you to know how to do that. Though it is very MacGyver-y in its own way. Curious. Yes, I do like the idea that this is a ritual bound, but it's vertical and weird. We just play with it anyway. I wonder if you can put things in it now. I wonder if I can refer to it. Can I refer to it as a bound? Oh ho ho. Yes, it's... Okay, bound, okay, there we go. Bound works as a synonym for it. So that theory is proving to be quite astute. Bloop, that's fun. You dabble your finger in the mercury and watch the silvery surface ripple. Let's poison ourselves. It's toxic, you know. No worse than half the other substances an alchemist plays with in a week, but still, let's not shove our tongue into it. Very good. Okay. Yeah, the circle is engraved in a vertical wall. Can't support anything. We can't put things in the mercury because that confuses the parser, so forget about it. Okay, well, so I have if we can find a magnet theory. Right now, I want that mercury back because I do want to play with the other bounds, so I'm going to go ahead and test my theory that this cave is a void. A void to a void. Yep, I was right. You make your way back to the nave. Here we are. Okay, yeah, we can go straight to the mercury and do all kinds of crazy stuff. Whee! Okay. And now, let's go to the mechanical lab. And we can refer to the bound as an arc. How about that? Incised groove. This is what I had in mind. Uh-oh. You try to coax the mercury droplet into the groove, but it just rolls off. Surface tension. You give up and scoop the droplet back up. Okay, so the mercury goes only into the ritual bound on the alien spacecraft, which is sideways. So we have to do a sideways version of this thing. And the challenge is to find a stone token, which is why I was focused on magnets. A stone token that will work with this. And that's hard. It has to be within. But it looks like we have all the other ingredients. Okay. Blarg. I guess we can find something that reacts with magnets and just see if it sticks to it anyway, like a piece of iron. Iron is magnetic, right? I mean, not magnetic, but... Well, I guess an iron bead is not a stone token, is it? That's metal. Those would be different things in an alchemist's thing. What stones do we have available to us? Granite, sandstone, flint, basalt, marble, obsidian, and a lodestone of centrality. Turn. Well, that's cute. Granite is not reactive. Flint, I don't know, man. Blarg. Let's just get something. What is the name of the room where the spaceship is? It's not on our map. Wreck? Yeah, that works. Okay. So from now on, go to wreck will take us to the wreck. And it really looks like the mercury doesn't go anywhere except the arc. So I was assuming we could just drop it into the mechanical lab thing, but no. And I don't think there's any other grooves. We call it groovy. Yeah, my fingers just typed that. Wire drawer. Yeah, and it's liquid, so we cannot turn it into wire. That does not make sense. We could no. I was thinking we could freeze it, but I don't think that's where this is going. We cannot phase it into a solid. Unless we can. There's no, like, cryonic lab here, is there now? There's no refrigerator. Phooey. Well, I thought maybe once you started, it would just do a thing. Let's look at that inscription again, actually, the thing. Yeah, I see. It's, this is actually a curious ritual because it doesn't start with, oh, it does start with speaking. That's speak Grendel's ceiling, huh? But there's no air. Yeah, there's all kinds of challenges going on here. Okay, so this ritual actually has two obstacles because not only is the arc sideways, but there's no air to speak Grendel's ceiling once we actually manage to get a stone token in there. And I don't know how to do that either. We don't have a ritual for being noisy, despite a lack of a sound medium. So curious. Humdy-dumdy. I don't know what to do about this. Yeah, this might be as far as I got last time. This might be it. This is the limit. Just a hexagonal outline on the metal wall. You're not sure it even is a door. I've certainly never done anything with this thing. I think. It's fixed in place. Also fixed in place. No, okay. Broken thing. You have no idea how to make the door open. That is very interesting about the arc, though. Very small but significant seeming discovery. Is the lodestone a magnet itself? Maybe. We can make it. Do you mean the purity or the centrality? I don't know, man. Sure. Ta-da. I'll tell you what, it's actually not a lodestone. It's not actually a stone. I think that was just a nickname because it is just a silver chain with a tiny knot at one end. It's all silver. Nope. Stick a verb? No. Make the other lodestone. It's always funny when that actually works. Nope. Dum-de-dum. Nothing happens there. Have we ever done anything with the cracks? I'm just thinking about this. Well, that's where the basalt is. Yeah, have we ever done anything with these confusing cracks? I can't remember. There's this whole thing here. Like, obviously, you find the basalt here, whatever. That's not meaningful. There's this space that is described as it, too, is a labyrinth of sort. Have we done this before? You hold a silk cord by one end and set the stone swinging. It spins in a tight circle, indicating that you are already at the center of this, quote, maze, unquote, which is not very helpful. So we have this column of stone in an eye-catching indigo, which is cool. It sure looks cool. It's just a distinctive landmark. And I do want to start a fight with it. And whatever direction we go in, we just stay here. So it's like it's not that we it's not that we can't find the center. It's that we cannot find the not center. I wonder if we need to make a lodestone of anti-centrality. Dun dun dun. Like that's not. Oh, let's look at that. Let's look at our. It's been a while since we did an opposite day. Hi, Mike. Environment, earthy, silk thread. What is opposite here that we can do? Minor animus. I guess we can do a major animus. Do we have, what's the opposite of mode of recension? Oh boy. Humph. I'm seeing if we know if there's a opposite of recension. I guess this would be the fact here. This ends with H as the mode of recension. So are these opposites that are paired with each other? Extension, ostension, intent? I have no idea. Earth. Okay. Yeah, I would like the lodestone of, what would be the lodestone of perimeter, perimeter reality. Yeah, we could be here all day. No, it's just not that kind of game, but I feel like doing it anyway. I mean, we could try to dissolve it, but I don't. That wouldn't buy us anything. It's just there. Oh, we didn't make the Oculus. No. Okay, I think I'm just chasing a false religion here. Yeah, I don't think we've ever done anything with these cracks. And I don't know what this column is for. And it's weird that we cannot wander away from it. That seems kooky, like there's something goofy going on here, but there's no clue as to what that could be. I have no clue. Perhaps there is a clue, but if there is, I cannot see it. Like maybe we could trash the column, but we have nothing to like dissolve an entire. Like even the potions we have to trash stuff just like slightly damage it. It doesn't like destroy entire structures, so that's not within our power. So I do not know what to do about this at all. So let us put it out of our minds. We can try my stupid theory of making the, I don't know, the thing a second time. What else? What else is on my list of things to try? Look at dragons with the Oculus. Yeah, I guess we could go do that. No. Okay. You know what? Let's just do this. Make. Okay, Syndesis. Oh, that's the one we've actually looked at in the past, isn't it? I just have a list of, like, looking at dragons with the Oculus and seeing what happens. No. The Oculus reveals Ace Theta as a web of occult relations running throughout the retort. It doesn't look good. The compass rule lines throughout the marcher are weak. They are mostly aligned with the architecture, providing your familiar sense of direction. But where the passages twist, the garden maze, the cracks by the chasm, the compass lines are snarled and useless. Oh. So perhaps when we repair this dude, the cracks will make more sense. So I'm going to stop worrying about the cracks, but keep that in mind. In fact, let me make a note. Look at the cracks again after repairing. Ace Theta in bridge. Okay, well, that's something. And there's the third dragon we can look at, which is the one in the maze. Nope. Oh, that's the one that we fixed. The Oculus reveals Pneuma as a web of occult relations running throughout the retort. It looks healthy now. Sophic lanterns are everywhere, of course, drawing phlogiston. Deep beneath the marcher, the nexus points that supply, air, and warmth all seem strong. Control paths rise from these to the air pump in the airlock and exoscape bay. Good. Well, we've already made use of both of those, haven't we? Okay. Yeah, it seems to me that when you fix a dragon, it unlocks things that you couldn't do before. So because Ace Theta is messed up, the cracks are useless to us. But because we repaired Pneuma, we could then open the airlock, and we could also mess around a bit more with the exoscape, which gave us the key, which opened the tertiary alchemy lab. So that's good. Good, quote unquote. Anyway, nothing more to learn there, so I'll tick that off my list. Let's try the thing I want to try. It needs to be marriage. The great marriage requires your full attention. You can't go through it by rote. Oh, really now? Really now? Well, let's try it again. We have to see what happens when we try it again. Because I want to see if I can make the homunculus come back. That's why I say to nobody who is asking. Where is it? It's not there. Oh, it'd be under rituals, wouldn't it? I know this will require a reset. What are we missing? Earth, fire, air. You are a liar. I do not have elemental air. I have an empty bubble. Well, that's annoying. How do we get the air? Boo. Man. It's been so long, I forgot how to do this. There we go. All right, what do we need? Orderly, invocation, resonance. Right, we need to make the signifier. Okay, I think that's everything. I fully expect absolutely nothing to happen here, but we have to try. Already done all this before. We've seen all this before. Well, this is new. The whirling haze in the bound slows. It is more difficult to see now, not dissipating, but developing an aching, lucent clarity. The space above the pedestal seems more transparent than air. And this is how far we got last time. And then everything went sideways. And that's it. The pedestal bound glows smoke gray, but there is nothing within. That's not quite what the room descriptions. No, where they went with blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Nothing, huh? Yeah, it seems we made a hell of a lot of nothing, like super nothing. Which, again, was pretty much what I was expecting. It looks kind of cool. No, cannot interact with the space. Let's invoke the dragon, huh? Can't really do that. Well, we can invoke a misspelled dragon. You rumble your way through the Draken invocation. Certainly not what I typed, but it's what's happening anyway. An oppressive weight comes into the air. A flicker of multicolored light begins to play across the writ screen. You can see runes whirling on the other side in the chancel, cluing you should be doing this in the chancel, you idiot. Then with a snap that you feel in your gut, the ritual falls apart. And in the chat, I see, last time the writing that isn't there anymore started moving. Yes, quite right. Do we still have any of the weird alien writing, or is it all gone now? Ah. Graffiti has been scrawled on the wall here. The black marks are curiously twisted. They hint at meaning, but... Wait. Oh, I'm going to have another sip of coffee. Friends, let's draw this one out. That was the last sip of my small Americano from Dunkin' Donuts. All right, I'm going to read it. to my full credit, I did think, oh, can we read alien writing now? And then I forgot it because we had fun playing with blobs of mercury, which I think you can agree was fun enough that anyone would have forgotten. Anyway, let's read the markings. Twisting, involuted strokes of black are scrawled across one wall. You stare at the black script. It's definitely familiar now, something like an echo in the back of your mind. Something about the root, the entry point, gaining entry. Comprehension blasts you. You gasp and clutch at your head, but the pain is entirely metaphorical. A shift of context worse than any headache. The black marks represent a sequence of geometrical transformations. They mean radix access, the passage of the root. You stare at them, blinking tears from your eyes until you have them memorized. Okay, well, we're learning new things to say. Yep, it's a new thing that we can speak, and doesn't give us anything right away, but that's cool. Let's run around looking for, do I know where there's marks? They're right here, dummy. I guess we can run around like an idiot looking for marks, and I did not note where they were on the ship. Haha. Go me. Is there a dragon that gives you a clue where they are? I don't think so. Well, let's run around looking for marks. Yes, we have root access. Oh, yeah, they're just right here saying, yep. It's people leaving their pseudo reboot all dragons. Haha. Maybe. What I really want to do is do that ritual with the mercury, and I need to find, can we go in here? Arc of platinum lead directly into the floor. It's not the kind, if there's another arc that has a really deep groove around it, but I don't think we've run into one other than the incised one. I guess we can have a closer look at every single arc in the place. Stack of fire brick. That is not going to hold mercury. Cannot go over there. Functional doesn't sound like what we want. Yeah, that only holds specifically metal wire. Also not what we want. I wonder... Take another look at this thing. And I'm just obsessed with the idea of somehow hardening the mercury, but that just seems like not a good path. And I'm just running around seeing if we can find more black marks. There's no marks here, right? No. Oh, we're stuck over there. You know what? Let's do this right. Okay. Bloomp. No black marks there. Aha! You stare at the black script. It's definitely familiar now, something like an echo in the back of your mind. It's something about a vibrating film of quicksilver. The pain of comprehension is less severe now, but it still nearly drives you to your knees. The black marks describe the activation of machinery. The mechanism of command is a circular mark on a wall, like the one you saw outside the retort. Oh, thanks for making that obvious. But that circle in your mind is filled or covered with a liquid metal. You don't say. One concentrates on a sequence of geometric transforms, and the metal resonates in response. A sequence of geometric transforms. Where have we seen that in the last 5 minutes? Let's just clean up our sweep here. But I like what we found. All right. Good work. So the black marks are all about messing with alien tech, which makes sense, is what I'm getting at, from this. This is starting to sound more and more like a transport accident, if you know what I mean. All right. The circle is filled with a mirror-bright film of mercury. So, I don't know. Is this what we're doing? A sequence of outward geometric relations forming a pattern which you can barely hold in your mind's eye. Let's look again at what we were told. Yunk, yunk, yunk. One concentrates on a sequence of geometric transforms. And then what? Sorry. And the metal resonates in response. Well, remember isn't really the same as like... We found the verb. You begin running through the radix access geometric sequence in your head. The quicksilver circle vibrates in response. Complex ripples refract across it. When the sequence is complete, a metal panel neatly and silently rotates, hiding the quicksilver circle from view. Instead, a small niche is now visible, containing a vial of black oil and another knot of marks. We have graduated from finding pieces of paper to finding marks. We'll take it. We'll take every little thing we can get. Give me that. This elongated vial contains an opaque black oily substance which seems to quiver of its own accord. Something in the back of your mind tells you that it is polar, like a liquid magnet. Okay. Consuming alien reagents is probably stupid. Do it again. No, okay. Oh boy. You glare at the knot, willing, understanding, comprehension. This symbol resembles the first, but it comes with a new image. The black oil, magnetic oil, flowing over indigo stone, an indigo stone column. A familiar column in a twisty maze of underground cracks. It must have magnetic properties which the alien oil will respond to. Well, I guess my news for things we haven't played with yet was accurate. Correct, we can't see any such things. You splash the black oil onto the column. It drips upward. The fluid flows up the violet stone, clinging in fine inky trails. The marks slowly resolve into the familiar, if you can call it that, alien script, which spirals up the column. The strokes spread across the roof and disappear into a gap to the southeast, a passage you had not noticed until now. I have almost certainly not done this. A trail of black alien script curls up the column, across the roof, and into a half-hidden passage above you and to the southeast. The marks have meaning now, but you can only see the beginning of the passage. And this is starting to feel very much like the novel version of Annihilation. Thank you. Going into an alien passageway, following weird writing on the wall, and reading only the beginning of it. So we are now under the lighthouse, friends. Let's keep going. Wrong button. New room, ding, 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 ding. Make the Oculus. Do we have an Oculus? No, fine. You follow the trail of script. Dead end passage. The passage ends here. Also, the passage ends here. Lol. You can return to the southwest. The trail of black marks, see, that's what I meant by passage. I was making a little joke there. Ends here as well, swirling back on itself across the ceiling. The marks hint at meeting, but ... Wait, no, I want to make the Oculus. Gotta make the Oculus. Get out of here first, and you can worry about finding your way around. Okay, all right. Yes, you see? You see? Dead end passage. Haven't done it yet. I'm sorry. A little giddy. I did just finish an Americano. All right. Twisting black strokes, etc. You concentrate on the black script, fishing for the echo of meaning. Something about the core. Travel to the center or from the center. Understanding hits like a migraine. You memorize the caudex axis. The passage of the spine, another sequence of geometric transformations. And I want to go think that at the Mercury arc, I guess. Right? What if we reread them? Twisting black strokes curve up the passage and wrap themselves into an obscure mandala around the ceiling of the dead end. Oh, I didn't read that before. That's cool. Passage of the spine. Gross. Let's play with our Oculus. Yeah, we do. Dead end passage, fine. Yeah, that's a lie. Friends, we have to take our tick boxes. All right. Caudex axis. God, fine. Oh, but yeah, the thingamabob has gone. The arc is gone, right? Can't see any such thing. A small niche has opened next to the hexagon. It is empty. So I guess we could reset and redo everything and then think about something else that is within our power. And indeed, maybe that's what we need to do. Niche is empty. What if we think about it again? I mean, it's still there on the other side of this thing, right? You begin running through the geometric sequence in your head. When you reach the end, you feel slightly dizzy, but there is no other result. Just to make sure. That's funny that it accepted Concentrol the first time and not the second time. I guess I spelled codex wrong. Yeah, okay. Well, let's just reset and come back here and think about a different thing. I like that idea. Sigh. You begin running through the Codex Access geometric sequence in your head. The quicksilver circle vibrates in response. Complex ripples refract across it. When the sequence is complete, the panel silently slides up, hiding the quicksilver circle from view. Then, more slowly, the hexagonal door begins to move. It only slides about halfway open, but that is enough to enter. It's a door. We were right the whole time. The door has slid partway to the side, permitting entrance. Whoop, don't mind if we do. Strange airlock. Oh, damn, we don't have our thing. Hang on. All right, we're back. We're ready. This chamber is not hexagonal, but it reminds you of a hexagon in all directions. If that makes sense, perhaps it doesn't. Very infinite library. Very Borges, Mr. Zarf. Strange as... Actually, that's octagons. Wasn't it? Well, whatever. Polygons. Strange as the architecture may be, an airlock is clearly an airlock. The outer door to the west is open. The inner door to the north is closed. A small knot of black marks is drawn in the center of the inner door. It's almost as if someone is leaving these for us to read. Next to the door is another small circle. This one contains a film of black liquid. Can we close the outer door? It's not obvious how to close the door now that it's open. Just for fun. You're not sure how to open this door either. A circular arc is engraved in one wall next to the door. It's about 2 inches across and filled with a liquid black film. Read the marks. You stare at the knot, willing understanding. Comprehension. This third symbol brings you a new image. A sheet of paper buried in rubble. Again, that scene is familiar. A crack in a wall. The crawlway under the nave. You do your best to memorize the paper's exact location. Okay. That means, I'm guessing there is another formula, and we missed it, and now we know where it is, and we're going to notice it this time. So let's go to it. This is a scavenger hunt, and this is fun. This kind of reminds me of, story time. I actually, a game I've been playing alongside this in parallel. So two games, both of which I had started, 2 long and difficult video games. I was going to make a Romeo and Juliet joke there, but I forgot how it goes. Alike in character, but different in spirit. I don't know. The point is, friends, this. 2 long and difficult video games that I had started years ago, different years, but had bounced away from because they were hard and I got stuck. And then I picked them both up within this past winter. One was this game, and the other was the video game Hollow Knight, which isn't like this in any way at all. And why am I remembering this? Yes, because I did, in fact, get to the basic ending of Hollow Knight last weekend, which was a cause for celebration. And then I started doing the optional material. And one of the things you can do in the game is like sort of bonus secret DLC stuff is you meet a quest giver who basically sends you on scavenger hunts across the whole map, which by the time you get to him, you've likely already unlocked. So it's just an excuse to run around parts of the map that you have almost certainly become memorized and just visit them once more and see them in a new light. And it's fun. And this reminds me of that. And the accidental parallel between that game and this game in these ways delights me. Let us go to the thing. Murals. One to the southwest is collapsed entirely. Yes, I recall. This was once blah blah. Debris is heaped up to the south. Light slants in from a gap in the ceiling. Debris, you say? The devil, you say? You locate the correct slabs and dig between them, trying to disturb the earth as little as possible. After a few moments, the corner of a dirty sheet of paper becomes visible. You work your fingers in and yank. The sheet falls to the floor. Om nom nom, into our brain it goes. You pick up the sheet. It's a potion receipt. A potion to resist foreign aether. The most hostile lands are those where the very processes of life alter. This potion allows your body to adapt to these conditions for a time. Like many life-sustaining concoctions, this begins with an exhilarant environment and a beaker of saline. Use the hermetic sealing. Add a measure of saffronum to the arc. Ensure that the atmosphere is filled with an exhilarant aroma. Tinct it by igniting the saffronum. Speak the anodyne evocation. Place a sample of salt on the gestalt shelf and close with the key binding. You memorize the instructions and also pick up the sheet just in case. All this stuff sounds like things we have. I'm gonna try to make this right now. Resist foreign aether. Aether is magic, right? That's magic. That is this game's version of magic. So I think this means that this will let us get further into the ship where we would get all gunky and probably couldn't breathe the alien air or whatever. Let's try to make it right now. It's fun. Right? Right. I'm going to copy this into my notebook. Do. Pardon my highlight. How rude of me. All right. Paste. Exhilarant we can do. That's easy. That's kid stuff. That's kelp, right? Yoink. Fine. Very well. I wonder if we can spell Zarphanum if that works. Ah, come on. Oh, no. No fun. Exhilarant aroma tincted by igniting the saffronum. Okay, we need the thing. Wait a minute. Oh, we need both an exhilarant environment and then an exhilarant aroma? Huh. I'm gonna go with blah blah. I was gonna say you're holding the impetus to help. Let's just go with just the aroma, and if we need to redouble it, I'll look for another source. Oop, lost my notebook. That should be everything. Oh, salt. And this is a potion, so we actually have to go to the... I mean, it's talking about the hermetic, so that means we do this at the retort. And if I'm wrong... Please. Please. If I'm wrong, we'll just restart it. I can't let it go. Wind, air, and breath. Okay, you know what? Let's not screw around. I think the rotor card has a windy setting, so let's just make sure we're super duper exhilarant. Yeah, good. Perfect. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Okay. Let's do some cooking. I'm actually going to bring up my other window here, because that's a little easier to read than my tiny little notebook screen. Of course, I have to find it in here. Boy, oh boy. A potion to resist foreign aether. Is it under F, or is it under P, or is it under R? My goodness. Let's just look for the asterisks, shall we? Oh, it's under A. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, there's no Gestalt shelf here. Whatever. There isn't, right? I think the only way you can set the environment when you're making when you're working with the retort is just with smells. So that stinks. Ha. Fine, it's on the floor. Boom. Love snoring the impet. The aroma of the sea crashes over you. That's how we like it. Wait a minute. You know what? Because it's saying a beaker of saline. No, this is all wrong. We're not mixing it in here. We need to use an arc. Doi, it says so right there. No, we're going to mix this in the beaker. The beacher. Get back here. Where's the nearest thing? Good Lord. Let's go to the tertiary. It's the fanciest lab, and I like using it. It's the hardest one to get into. And we're going to... can we not do this? Why am I here? Oh, I didn't say the word lab. Getting a little punchy, excuse me. Yay! Okay. All right. Wait. Is there a shelf here? There's no shelf! Horrible. Pyrrhic lab. Wait, no. I'm sick of using the optics lab for anything, but you know what? It's clean. All right. Put this thing away. Card on shelf. Make sure the card is set to what we want it to be. It's a sketch of a windy day. Good. Okay. All right. This is what we want. I don't think we've used the hermetic sealing away from the retort, so that's new, I think. It's fun. Okay, there is our beaker of saline. Fine. We'll just put the Zephranium right in there, huh? And now we don't do anything. I was out of order. Excuse me. Pick that back up. Making a mess. The arc begins to glow golden around the beaker of saline. Yeah, it's legit. The gold light ripples as you push through the arc. You strew the Zephranium threads around the beaker, whereas before, you put the pinch of Zephranium into the tabletop bound. So everything is fancier now that the ritual's underway. Yes, Mike, I still am in the retort. There is a retort and a retort. Sorry, those are my remembering what I'm doing sounds. Ensure the atmosphere. Now we open the input. Salty and faintly rotten, just like me. Tinct it. We're going to tinct it by igniting the Zephranium. And there's not instructions about igniting it slowly, so we're just going to allow it to go floof. Kafloof. The Zaphronum threads flare up and vanish. A puff of pungent yellow smoke rises and then swirls around the beaker. The aroma of Zaphronum melds with the smell of the ocean, provoking images of sea travel and distant lands. Sexy. You begin the anodyne evocation. The rhythm beats in your chest and blood. Slowly, the liquid in the beaker turns a deep, sparkling blue. I like it. I'll put some salt on there for your little sea shanty. You put the lump of rock salt on the Gestalt shelf. Nothing sexy happens. You begin the key binding, paying proper attention to your tonality. The sparkling light within the solution brightens and then disperses. Its color deepens to a startling indigo. The bound fades. You lift the beaker and gently decant the indigo potion into a fresh bottle. Now, what's an apprentice gonna do with that, I wonder? I don't know, Sarge. But I have a potion of Aether Resistance, which was refreshingly easy to make. And looking at the map won't help us because we are not on the retort. Well, we are on the retort, but our attention is elsewhere, isn't it? Are there any other weird marks that I'm forgetting? Well, if we get stuck, I'll run around looking for them, but let's keep our eyes on the prize. Doop-a-doop. Doop-a-doop. We've barely played with this other thing, which we can think at. It's not full of quicksilver, it's full of black liquid. A liquid black film. You tap the circle and watch the black surface ripple. I mean, we could try doing this again. No, don't lick the alien technology. But, all right. How did we get here? By doing the thing with the thing. Well, first we want to close the door before we open this one, right? Which do you mean? So, the Radix thing, I don't know. Let's just try it, man. Whatever. You begin running through the Radix access geometric sequence in your head. The black circle vibrates in response. Complex ripples refract across it. When the sequence is complete, the inner door begins to slide aside. Simultaneously behind you, the outer door closes. Both move in silence, of course, and in moments, the way inward is clear. No vapor rushes into the airlock. You're still in a vacuum, but an intangible strain seems to pervade the space from the open door. Your bones and teeth ache. Okay, let's not screw around. You swallow the indigo potion. The liquid seems to boil in the back of your throat. Your vision hazes blue, and the ache in your bones fades into a chilly numbness. Reminds me of the abyss. We can now operate in an alien environment, maybe? I don't know. Is it east? In? In works. We're in the vent chamber. This chamber has odd angles, but you're pretty sure they're not all intentional. The walls look crumpled, and the ceiling is bent downwards. Hallways may have once run in several directions, but the only one that remains wide enough to pass is to the east. The airlock door to the south is open. What is the purpose of this room? I'm guessing that this is as far as you can get if you do not drink the potion. But we have, so we don't get the, you're gasping for breath and your teeth are turning purple writing, so we're just kind of here. So onward we go. To the east. Oh, we have to look at the Oculus. We have to recall our rooms. What rooms have we not used the Oculus in yet? Oops. Oh my. Hang on. Doo-doo-doo. Gotta play with the Oculus. There's almost certainly no sparks here because I don't think there's any humans to cause memories to imprint themselves in the environment or whatever. But we're going to be obsessed anyway. Nothing. Okay. East we go. Ruined hallway. Okay. Ruined hallway. This hall runs west and east, but to the east, the walls are crushed together like a paper sculpture. A wide trapezoidal window is set into the north wall. It looks like ordinary glass, although you suppose one never knows. Well, we can walk through glass, kind of. Gee, I think I did get this far last time. I remember this. This might be it. This might be the watermark. I don't know. East and west, walls crushed together, paper sculpture, trapezoidal window. Boy, I really want to find... a horizontal arc to do the thing with the thing. One thing at a time. So we can go to the west. And there's a window to the north. You can see a chamber on the other side. There's a smudge on the far wall, which just might be another knot of marks. But you can't read them. And you can't even examine it, and I'm not even going to, excuse me, acknowledge that they're there. Let's be violent. Oh, I guess we'd pound our fists against it. But the glass won't break. Well, we'll try our little glass passage through trick. Momentarily, but not right now. There's more rooms to look at. Did we do this? Okay. Oh. That's it, huh? The hallway is twisted shut beyond this point. I want to pass through the glass. What is the name of the thing that we use to pass through the glass? Oh boy. Glass permeability. Grumble. Oh my god. Excuse me. No, actually, make glass should... permeability. That doesn't look spelled right, does it? Glass permeability. I guess it is spelled right. You don't know what that might be. Really? Perform. Glass. Perm. E. Ability. Ability. No. Because I destroyed the Zaphronum. Oh. That's an issue because we need the Zaphronum to make the potion to get that far into the thing. And... Well, I mean, let's try it. I don't think this will work well, though. There's also the other thing that we can try with the thing. But, come on, man. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. All right. Okay, this won't even let us open the inner door because it's like, no, you need the potion to do that. So it's, yeah. Because survive alien aether is a prerequisite to traveling north at all. So we cannot make the glass permeability inscription and the alien aether survival potion given what we know at the same time. So that is another hurdle to overcome. But we haven't tried the other thing with the thing. And we are in the mechanical lab. Lieutenant Andrus is here. Have we seen her before here? Does it matter? I think all of the crew... Have the crew members been, like, shifting around more and we haven't noticed? That is entirely possible. Well, she's here in the mechanical lab now. Andrus looks towards the shelves. They are her responsibility, of course. She may have been keeping a hand towards her own needs, but then haven't you been taking a free hand with the ship supplies yourself recently? Yes, I suppose so. Guilty as charged. I want to note something else. Speaking of our crew members, this here, the other aura imitation inscription, I do believe is now available to us because we have learned the name of the tortoise recently. Wait, no, we haven't. I take it all back. I was looking at this before playing. We still don't have a jade bead anywhere. Never mind. So I don't know. I'm just thinking the day will come when we need to do this, and we can't do the other one. But without a jade bead, we can't do it, so forget about it. But we know a name of the tortoise, so we are closer to being able to do this other kind of imitation inscription that does not require us to steal it from another person. Beep boop. Okay. Why did I come here? Because I wanted to... Yes, okay. Go back to the wreck. Go back to the wreck, Jason. Wow, we've already been playing this for an hour and a half. This session is going quickly because we're doing a lot, and that's cool. So we can go inside. Play with the other one, whose spelling I do not remember. Is it this? Nope. It doesn't do anything. What if we do one and then the other? I see. So Radix on the black circle inside. Opens it, closes the outer door and opens the inner one, and then Cowdex does the opposite. And that's it. Those are your open and close verbs in the alien ship. So our challenge is getting through that window. And we have... yeah. I wonder if we can sub in something for Zaphronum without... But there was just that one little bit of it on the whole ship. There's no facts about Zaphronum. It's gone. Maybe we may be able to sub something else in, because we do like to do that. Aether resistance. What if we just skip the Zaphronum? I don't think so. Probably won't work. Have to tinct it. What about... So what's the... Glass permeability? Why do we need Zaphronum for this? Because we need Zaphronum to make pure sand? Is that it? No, because the sand is just lying around. Why did we need the Zaphronum? Pure sand, vocalize resonance, strike the chime. Oh, because in order to get the thing, we need to do the magnet trick. Which I now know you can recall by just typing recall magnet. Oh. But we have polar oil. Can we use that as a alternate method of... That doesn't make any sense. Huh. Still in the panel. Well... What was that thing called? Here it is. Common lodestone. Bubble. Surround the chine with Zaphronum and immediately ignite it. What does igniting Zaphronum smell like? Like, if we just need something else that smells like that. Heck. Let's just reset and try that. I forgot to actually pick up the lighter. Ha ha ha. Sure, I'm typing Zaphronum a lot. Yeah, it's just a few orange threads. So you just get the one shot. It's interesting that the room description talks about a crack in the floor. But if you say examine crack, it assumes you mean the fracture, the reality fracture. And if you look again at the room, the crack is gone. So that is not something you can examine further, alas. Because it would be really good to have two Zaphronum sources, Zaphronum handfuls, pinches, whatever. What was I doing? Pungent yellow smoke. Okay. Have we seen something else named saffron? Because Zaphronum just means saffron. Nope. It is simply a synonym, but I didn't know that actually, so there you go. Yeah, do we know anything else gonna make yellow smoke? I don't know. Can we burn the honeysuckle just as just to sub it in? We could try it just for fun. Well, it doesn't burst in yellow smoke. It goes up in a burst of sickly sweet flame. I mean, we could try stuffing it in just for fun. Now, what would that be for? Let me see here. That was for the Aether Resistance. I don't think this will go anywhere, but I want to try it. Oops. I think that's all the things we need. All right. still haven't used this white feather on anything. And we also still haven't run around looking for black marks in every single room. If only... yeah, there's no... You remember black marks being in these rooms. Oh well. Right. Let's try this. Oops. A puff of sickly sweet smoke rises within the mound. Okay. So it didn't just go flump like when you burn it outside of a ritual. It's just there's some yucky smoke hanging out this time. We certainly did tinct it, didn't we? Oh, this isn't going anywhere. Well, we'll just finish up. The solution in the beaker acquires an unpleasant yellowish tint. That can't be right. The bound flickers and dies. Okay, well, yellow was the color we were going for, but not in the potion. So this is our puzzle. We use up the Zaphronym to make the glass permeability, and also we need it to make the potion to survive the alien air. And I think this here is as far as I got last time. So this, I'm pretty sure, is the high water mark, because I definitely remember being frustrated with that window. Grumble. We could... Is there a way to clarify the window? I'm frustrated that we can't... Well, let's make that potion. No, we've already blown it up. we blew it up for absolutely no reason. Sure. And yes, and in doing this, we drank the potion, so we didn't actually have to manually make it this time. Okay. Huh. So why is this room here? If we can't even... we can't even get into it without the potion, so... Dunno. Concentrating on the things don't do anything here. And we don't have any other sequences, do we? Meh. Trapezoidal window. Feels like solid glass. Glass won't break. It's sad that we cannot examine the smudge. Or anything through the window. That's just sad. And I really want to permeate it, but we cannot because of the lack of saffron. Distinct lack of saffron in the environment. Indeed we did. Well, we can look around for more marks, I guess. But this is as far as we can go here. And, of course, I am just obsessed with moving through the window, but that might not be their best way, of course, to react to this. But there's nothing else to do here. Other than to somehow... We either move through the window or we can see... stupid Oculus. Why are you like this? I like that northeast north or east northeast direction sequence. It's fun. Nope, that didn't do anything. Yeah, that window is frustratingly non-interactive in a way that makes me grumpy. All right. I mean, what else can we do? Look for more crew members. As they seem to have moved around a bit. Yep. Is the captain... Yeah, Andrus was here. Captain is still here. I'm just running around looking for marks. No, and no, and no. Any marks on the repair bay? No. It feels like we have found all of the marks because we found the opening and the closing one. Right? And I don't recall any others on the ship. So, what else can we try here? We still have that Mercury, and we can't make the Dragon Fulcrum. And we haven't found anything that'll help us make the Dragon Fulcrum. And I really want to read those marks on the other side of the window, and I'm frustrated that there's no verbs. It's like, I don't know what marks. That seems to be a little oopsie doopsie in the game, which is unfortunate. Yeah, all right. I got nothing. So, I don't know. I'm gonna might want to call it for the night. In which case, I think I did not. In fact, if we end here, if we make no further progress, I'm going to say that my prediction was inaccurate. We did not surpass the high water mark from last time. We precisely got up to the very limit of that mark and proceeded no further. In which case, I will peek at the hints. I'm tempted to peek at the hints right now, friends. I'm just letting you know. Because I don't recall anything about any substitution nowheres for random herbs and spices. Grumble. And we're not being blocked by... There's no other... Recall doors. Where haven't we been? Secondary alchemy. Yeah, we don't care. Chemic lab, we don't care. Optic closet. Don't care. Deck suite venture door. Don't care. Portico main doors. Don't care. Barracy gate. We do care about that. Why is it locked again? Well, window and alien... Oh, okay. Window and alien wreck is a door. So that's clear. Okay, fine. South Chasm Bridge. Yeah, we need to fix the dragons. Can't do that. Garden Maze Crawlway. Also need to fix the dragon. 15 fractures. Can't do much about that. It's so weird that we have 2 entries to the Barracy and they're both locked. Is there something about the crawlway that I just wasn't getting? But when you try to go south, it's like, no, the gravity's all messed up. You can't. In which case, yeah, I think you have to get through the thing, the iron gate. But there's no key for that. It's not that one. Yeah, Doug, we do have a ritual to go through glass, but the reason I was obsessing about the saffron was because you need the saffron to perform that ritual, and you burn up the saffron making the potion that to go into the alien ship. So, given what we know now, you cannot both go into the alien ship and then proceed through the glass. A mysterious voice says, I think it's been a long time since you looked at the Barracy gate. What a curious, mysterious voice. I think I know where it's getting, but you know what? Let's do this right. The gate is tall and narrow with heavy bars of wrought iron in an iron frame. The gate is shut and the heavy brass lock is locked. We can do something about that, can't we? It's probably just going to say the iron is right here. Ha ha. I know how this game works. Jeez Louise. Ugh, thank you. I actually still have my notes about how to make this thing. All right. We need to make acids. We need earth. We need the thing. Oh, wait. We need the opposite of iron. We don't need iron. We need the opposite of iron. Oh, God. Dang. Okay. Well, we might have some notes about that somewhere. Where is facts about opposite day? Oh boy, too many things. Spiritual soul mirroring. That's not it, is it? No. And periodic table of stone. Well, iron isn't really a stone. The reason I'm thinking about this is because I am recalling this thing here. Blarg. Okay. I meant the actual ritual. Hang on. Yes. Tucker's solvent. Begin with hermetic. Add a mixture of muriatic and bomb-muriatic. We can do that. Add some element of earth, sure. Anaphylaxis, Add a bit of slate, this being the symbolic opposite of granite. You see, what I have in mind is that you take the thing and you use its opposite, and then you make a thing that eats the thing that is the opposite of the thing you used. The problem here being that iron is, I don't think, is alchemically a stone, though it is of the earth. It is a metal, and I don't think that this is a thing with this thing. Opposite of iron is nori. Yeah, well, we do have some seaweed. Crystalline and glassy, soapstone and basalt, chalk and flint, granite and slate, sandstone and malachite, porphyry and quartz. Darn. This doesn't seem to be the right thing. I don't know that iron has an opposite in this sense. Well, let's have a look at that gate. Let's go back to the gate. Where are we? Tunnel and arrow, heavy bars of wrought iron in an iron frame. Gate is shut in the heavy brass. Oh, it's brass. That's all. So we want to undo the brass lock, right? Okay. The bars are iron. The lock is brass. But they're not stone. Neither of those things are stone. Brass pin, brass coin. Brass and iron are not opposites. They're elements. Blarg. Oops. What was I just looking at? It's called periodic table of stone, wasn't it? Oh boy. Do we have anything that eats away at brass, or I guess we just have acids that can mess stuff up. But I don't think we can just use that on anything we want. Brass isn't an element, it's an alloy. That is true. It's really hard to remember things. Okay. What is the really strong, nasty acid that we can make? I don't know that that'll really work. It's not the vitriolic acid. Having to keep walking away from things. Is it the bomb-muriatic? Boy. Well. Yeah, no, I want to recall how you make it. Go through our rituals again. Corrosive and toxic. I mean, sure. I don't know, we can try it. Is that the nastiest stuff that we've made? Corallicide. Right. So there's how to... We have a potion for dissolving any stone we want, and we have a potion for dissolving fungi or corals. But neither of those is metals. So I don't think this quite applies. And the lock isn't rusted or anything. It is simply present and inconvenient. Glass permeability. One is tempted to make like other materials permeability, but I don't think that'll work. We never have made a literal granite dissolver. I guess, can we eat the stone that is around the bars? Where are we even? I'm lost. Oh, okay. Basement is dank. Walls are tile. Narrow iron gate with a brass lock. Irregular gap. Oh, there's marks down here. Well, why didn't you jump out at the room description? Oh, because we've already read them, that's why. The thick key opens the fire door that separates the east part of the marcher from the west part with the nave and such. And you're just, from that point on, you're just left holding it. Pretty much every time you play the game. Or start a new loop, I should say. Bomb Muriatic is powerful enough to dissolve stone and corrode glass. Okay. Well, we don't want to... No? Can we try to corrode the glass? I don't know. What happened? Because we used it somehow, didn't we? Yeah, okay. Oh. No, you cannot take the acid with you into the wreck because the vacuum destroys it. Well, that's only fair, I suppose. So that is not the solution to this puzzle. All right, we're at time. Okay, so I have a mysterious feeling that we need to get into the Barassi somehow, and that we have the materials to do this. Perhaps the solution will come to me in the next week. Or maybe I will cheat. Who knows? Who knows what mysteries lie here in outer space? Yes, friends. Okay, well, thanks for hanging out for another couple of hours. We have exactly made it to where I got stuck. This is it. Anything past this is pure profit, friends. So this is as fine a point to take a break as any. So please do join me. Check my calendar, make sure I'm not doing anything else. Yeah, join me on March 6th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will try to get further into the mysterious wreck and or the Barassi and other places here in Hadean Lands. Thank you for joining me, and